There aren't too many instructions here about what we're going to do, but we're going to go down in the vineyard, and we can walk through this way and cut across, but we're going to pick in the vineyard that's in front of that house next door. We're going to pick into these bins, fill the bin up kind of almost, but leave room so that when we stack bins on top of each other, you're not squashing grapes. We prefer not to squash them until they get into the crusher. Try to pick them clean. You know, don't take whole branches. You know, get a small cluster. Ralph and I were out helping somebody that was picking in Minnesota a couple of weeks ago, and I was astounded at the amount of junk that there was in the bins. We've got a sorting table, and we'll kind of deal with that when we got grapes. But the best thing to do is to just take your snips, and we've got kind of enough for everybody, I think. But we'll have some people here and we'll have some people there, and however fast we go, we got plenty of time. But if you just have the tub on the ground and just kind of kick it along or do something as you go down a row, and when the tub gets full, just don't leave it sit in the middle of the row, stick it in underneath the vines so that we can get between the rows with a golf cart and pick up the tubs that are full or half full, and they don't have to be full either. So, so that's basically going to be the plan.
So Shannon, what did the foreman say when he came by to check your work?
He said I should eat as many grapes as I want. And don't cut the wide part of the branches, just the smaller piece.
So it sure beats a day at the office, huh?
Absolutely.
You know what
Gorgeous
might be
weather.
a good idea is
Clear
to
blue
have
skies.
two people kind of pick down either side of.
What do you think? What do they taste?
Oh, they're delicious. They got a seed in them, but you just eat it.
Is it a garden for your home? Or for
Oh, they're good.
So what do you think? Harder or easier than it looks in the movies?
I think we should go into competition with them. Easier.
With what, the movies or?
But in the movies, there's a beautiful Italian woman.
Italian, but.
Sophia, wave. Yeah. So what does it feel like to be handling those grapes after years of planning and calculating and
drinking. After years of drinking grapes.
No habla inglés.
Oh my God. Yeah. Grapes are delicious.
Let's check your work here.
All right, I think we can move on.
Yeah. I love the way they prune these things and stretched them out on the wire. It's such a clever way of doing it. Makes it so much easier for them to be harvested. Ventilation going through to keep from having a lot of mold problems. Usually prune them up from the bottom, just like this.
Does it look like everybody's having fun?
It does. Everybody's having a good time, really taking part in the crush experience.
Don't you think it's time for you to get to work instead of just talking about it?
You'd think, and you know, and the layman would see it that way. But the trained enologic professional realized that they're jobs that are more intellectual than physical.
More contemplative.
Contemplative. That's right. You know,
It looks like somebody called a union break here.
It's a good thing you have an editing program.
So how's it going so far?
What? Am I going somewhere?
No, I said how is it going so
Oh,
far?
I think it's just, isn't it the most spectacular day? Everything is just perfect. And everybody's doing such a good job. I mean, they're being so conscientious and diligent about getting every single grape. It's going to be so good.
So what do you guys have to do up there? You're just like pushing him forward?
We're picking out bugs and leaves and
There's
debris.
no bugs, are there?
There's bugs.
There's a few species I've never seen before.
What are you checking when you do that?
I'm checking to see how much they're crushed and how much are whole berries. We want about 50, 75% whole berries.
Sei così sicura del mio amore da portarlo via.
And the workers return from the fields.
I'll never do that again.
Let's check out your work here.
Did you see
Oh, there we go.
any clippers in there? It's supposed to be
Not stopping without a glass of wine. Lizzie, get in there!
Oh my God. Lucy!
Start dancing.
What does it feel like?
I'm worried about her.
Everybody has to do it. It's very sensual. Mushy. We need juice in there.
All right, there you go. Excuse me, I can't take this call. I'm stomping on grapes.
Uh-oh, I'm spilling my wine. Oh no. I'm kind of busy.
I'm trying to paraphrase. I was given this scroll from this Buddhist monk in Japan, which has said, every day in life is training. And I'm ready for training every day. And if I'm not willing to embrace this, then who am I? We need to be ready for training every day, which is what this is about, right?
It's been so crazy. I mean, literally up to this morning, or up to yesterday, no, this morning, really getting the wine organized and the wine that we're making. And indeed, that was another thing I didn't say. This is the first time we've ever picked grapes here and made wine here, or crushed the grapes, and we're now making the wine, put the yeast in the wine to get it started today, and we're off. And we'll have, 2 years from now, the wine in the bottle, and 8 years from now, it'll be ready to drink.
Anyway, this is going to be so fun.
Good.
This is going to be a great night.
It's actually kind of exciting because this is our official release of Adagio, our very first serious Cabernet. The one that we won the double gold medal at the San Francisco International Wine Competition with. And we're going to be serving all of our own wines tonight, nobody else's. That's kind of cool. So it's a celebration of the completion of the house. It's the celebration of this year's harvest. It's the celebration of the release of our first wine. So we got lots to celebrate. We're lucky.
I wish them well. Dear friends, this is the greatest event we've been to in a very, very long time. I think the last event this good was our wedding. That was over 15 years ago.
Oh, so you don't get out much.
Yes, and when there was a dark-eyed girl down in Louisiana. Her mama was the well-known lady of the evening down in the Voulgare. You could have any man with a wave of her hand, so the stories say. Her daddy was a miner from North Carolina who came to New Orleans. Spent every dollar he could beg, steal, or borrow on the sweet little Cajun queen.
All I've got is a memory of the way that you used to be. I know I used to love a girl that looked a lot like you. But you've changed her, so it seems.